Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Does anybody here have any family members or close friends that have cancer, diabetes, have any spinal cord injuries, or they might even be on a transplant waiting list? Well, you're on the same page as me. I have a cousin who's 17 years old now, and when she was 15, she was diagnosed with diabetes. Imagine yourself as a sophomore in high school having to go into the bathroom every time you eat, and after you eat to check your blood glucose level because you might faint. Well, as a science major, I decided to do some research, and I found that stem cell research might be the only thing that might save her. So I want to persuade my audience to support stem cell research. What is stem cell research? Stem cell research is a stem cell. A stem cell is a cell that rises into a specialized cell, such as a red blood cell, which carry oxygen to your blood and carbon dioxide. It also could transform into a blood white cell, which fights infections, and it could also transform into platelets, which clot your blood just in case if you get a cut, just so you don't overbleed. Platelets prevent you from overbleeding. As you can see, according to the childrennyp.org, it's stated that there's two types of stem cells, which are adult stem cells and embryonic stem cells. Adult stem cells, where do they come from? They come from your spine. As you see in the bone, they come right from the marrow, which is inside of the bone. It also comes from your brain, and it comes from your blood vessels. What do they do? They've concluded that it cures leukemia. It could be used to clone yourself, and it could also be used to repair tissue. Embryonic stem cells are where the problem comes in, because that's where a lot of people believe that we shouldn't study them, because where do they come from? Your umbilical cord, which connects the baby to the mother, the placenta, which connects the baby to the mother's uterus wall, and they come from germline tissues, which, in order for them to get those stem cells, they need to be some type of abortion that needs to occur. But they're really good because they can be turned into an actual heart, they could be turned into a liver, into a pancreas, and into nerves. The problem with stem cells is that there's a lot of religious issues, a lot of politicians don't want to use federal money to fund it anymore, and people don't know the right information, so they spread rumors. When it comes to religion, a lot of Catholics believe that scientists are taking over human life, and that's where stem cell comes in, because in a few years with stem cells, we might be able to clone a person, which we don't need to reproduce anymore. As last Sunday, while I was in church, my priest, after he finishes, you could go have a few words with him, and I actually asked him what does he think about stem cell research. He told me he didn't have much time to speak, but he quoted this to me: "I do not support stem cell research because if God gave you your life, then he should be able to take it when he desires." What he believes is that if God gave you that cancer, then you should have that cancer, not be cured and die when he wants you to die. That's what I took from it. Which tells me that my priest isn't well educated with stem cell research. Also, politicians not wanting to fund money anymore. In 2006, George Bush put a ban to fund money to stem cell research, to scientists, so that they could do more research. But about a month ago, Barack Obama took the ban away. And I want to show you guys a clip.
We will bring today, with the executive order I am about to sign, we will bring the change that so many scientists, researchers, doctors, and innovators, patients, and loved ones have hoped for and fought for these past 8 years. We will lift the ban on federal funding for promising embryonic stem cell research.
So as of now, scientists will be receiving money to do stem cell research. Although I can't show you guys the full clip because it's 12 minutes, I also decided to take a quote that he said. He said, "I could promise we will never take this research lightly and will only be supportive when it is scientifically worthy and responsibly conducted." Barack Obama said that. The other problem that we have is people spreading rumors because they don't know what's going on. I did a survey I surveyed 25 science majors, 25 non-science majors. Non-science majors, 3 of them knew what stem cell research was, 7 of them didn't, 5 had an idea, and 10 have heard of it but had no idea what it was. When I did the science majors, I concluded that 9 knew what stem cell research really was, 7 did not know, 4 had some kind of idea, and 5 had never heard of it. The solution for us to support stem cell research would be us as humans to donate stem cell research, so we do not only have to use embryonic stem cells. It's a long process. It's not like donating blood. It goes more into having to stick needles in your spine. It could hurt, but hey, if it might save someone, I'm willing to do it. Also, we should vote for politicians who support stem cell research. Like Jeremy said, you should always do your research because you never know what that president or what that elect might be thinking. So it's always good if you do your research because as now with the election coming up next week, it's good to think about it because John Corzine also supports stem cell research. And also, we should educate ourselves. We should read newspaper articles. I personally read the New York Times because it has more of worldwide stories. Also, watch the news, read magazine articles. You might be asking yourself, what benefits do I get besides helping save someone's lives? You could also save animals and plants. When they test vaccines, they use animals, and most of the time those animals die. Also, plants, like Jesse stated, plants are being destroyed by human nature, and with stem cell or without stem cell, that's one of the ways they do it because they test certain things on plants, and plants end up dying, and that's why we have so much carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. And according to Busy.com, it states that it also helps aging process. Moreover, it also they've also decided that it can cure Parkinson's disease, which is a nerve disease that usually the elderly get. If you usually see an elderly walking hunchback, shaking his hand, that's because they have Parkinson's disease. Schizophrenia, it's a mental disease that is a mental illness that varies from behavior to thinking to emotion. They could be fine 1 minute, the next minute they could snap and start biting things. Also, it could help Alzheimer's disease, which is a disease that elderly get, and they lose their mental function. They could be thinking that they haven't showered when in reality they showered 10 minutes ago. Also, it could cure cancer, which is a big growth or tumor caused by abnormal or uncontrolled cell division, spinal cord injuries, diabetes, which is not being able to produce or metabolize glucose. What I really want to get to you guys is that you should support stem cell research because day by day there's people who suffer from incurable diseases. And with stem cell research, we could actually help cure these people. And they might not live so much more, but they can at least live 1 day longer and do one more thing in their life. Thank you.